Ladies and gents, Donovan Bradford did sort of kickstart our next topic here, which is actually
We got a segue thingy, a little cartoon again.
No, we don't. This culture's not been on it this time, unfortunately.
Loser.
Slacker.
What didn't I do?
You didn't make the segue.
I wanted a new segue.
Don't matter.
You can run the same segue.
Well, it's not the same if you do the same one twice now.
I'm not going to... Anyway, new topic, ladies and gents. Snow White rumored plot details have leaked, and goodness gracious me, they're terrible. So it's more information about the bandits and Rachel Zegler's liberal
They're
league.
not magical creatures anymore. That was they are tested out with audiences, and it was so bad they couldn't handle it.
They are absolutely not. So what it is, the people that save Snow White in this version are called the bandits, right? So they're called the bandits.
Yeah, we knew that already, yeah.
The male love interest, who isn't a prince, is also a bandit. The bandits are like Robin Hood. They steal from the queen to feed the poor. Snow White herself is an independent, liberal socialist in this version. And with the bandit, she leads a revolution against the evil queen.
Why don't they just add Orange Man Bad in there?
What? Yeah. Well, I bet you the queen's built a wall.
Yeah.
You know, at some point, these bandits, when they take the money from the rich and give to the poor, like it's okay if they keep a penance of it for themselves. Go to Goodwill and get some kind of outfit. You look like
get themselves their own mansion.
Yes, you look like a throwaway John Travolta had a wardrobe from the 70s that vomited all over you. Good Lord, look at that.
I mean, look at this dude look at this dude. What's he wearing around his head?
That guy just wandered onto the set. He was looking for pot.
Didn't he? We got one dwarf. Ridiculous.
The chances the dude in the back is not a dude, though, very high.
Pro, look at the costumes. Those look like former attractions costumes. I'm trying to remember where.
Oh, come on!
Pirates of the
That's an insult to
Caribbean.
attractions.
1954.
Oh, looks rough, man.
So bad. What do we think? Nick, let's get your thoughts first, buddy. You just dropped in there.
Is that 70s Lionel Richie there in the lower part?
Wow.
Yeah,
he's still part of the Commodores, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my God. This who over at Disney thought this was a good idea, even kind of.
Well, we can blame Peter Dinklage for some of this.
How's he to blame? I must have missed.
You really don't know?
I missed the details on that.
We got to go through that again.
No.
Real quick, he kicked up a fuss about Snow White and Disney casting dwarfs to play dwarfs, not understanding the difference between the magical dwarfs and the real life dwarfs.
Okay.
That's literally and so because of that, Disney were like, "Oh, sorry, King of the Dwarfs, Peter Dinklage. Sorry, we won't cast any dwarfs.
We'll get a diverse crew of bandits.
You can be King of the Dwarfs, and all of your subjects will no longer get acting jobs. Oh, Dwarf King."
Wow,
that's what happened. That's an actual conversation.
I want to know why the bandits look like they've been cast out of a Magic the Gathering conference in your local mall.
Yeah,
who decided that was the kind of homeless shelter? God, look at them.
It looks so bad.
This is like a revival of Up with People or something. This is terrible. I don't know what's going on here.
We got Jesus up there in the upper left-hand corner. Lionel Richie here.
Nothing wrong with Jesus. Okay, calm down.
Well, he looks like a Una. You finished that one, and that's what he actually looks like. Whoever it is.
But I guess rumor has it that they're going to end up pushing this thing back, maybe making some changes since they're getting some backlash.
I don't reckon they'll change anything. I reckon they'll change their marketing tactic.
I recommend an exorcist at this point. That really is what needs to happen.
I need a young priest and an old priest.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
independent liberal socialist leading a revolution with the bandits. This is not Snow White at all, is it? What on earth is this?
They might as well just call it something completely different. If they want to make new stories, make your new stories and see how people receive it and call it something completely different.
Well, that's what I was joking about previously Nick was like, look, I mean, we had The Lion King, which was almost a shot for shot, beat for beat remake of the original. Little Mermaid, almost the same thing, except for the few little digits that they added and
Don't
couple
you forget
things
that
they changed.
Aquafina song. It was good.
Yeah, the Aquafina song. Now, they've gotten to this point now where they have changed so much with this Snow White, they've almost backed themselves into an original idea. Why didn't they just change it and call it like The Princess and the Bandits?
I
It'd
wish
be
this
an
was a
original
scratch and
Disney
sniff
film.
sticker.
Right? Like, at this point, you might as well, but whatever.
Do you know how bad this would smell if it was a scratch and sniff sticker? Can you imagine the body odor?
Patchouli and BO, basically.
If people out there don't believe that there's a culture war going on, here's your proof right here. With
Which
this,
side are you on,
movie.
folks? Were you with the bandits?
Yeah.
Well, when the whole thing,
leading a revolution.
When they said, "Oh, well, we're going to do magical creatures or whatever," I was sitting there thinking, "Shit, they were never going to use dwarves anyway. They were just going to sit there and do CGI 3D animated versions of the dwarves because." What makes Snow White and the Seven Dwarves unique? That's the other thing. What are they going to call it now? Just Snow White? Because what makes their version unique was the dwarves. The dwarves were the unique part because they never had names before that. The only names they had were in a play version of it. So when Disney did their version, they created completely new names and completely new personalities to go along with those names. So those versions could never be used in other versions, right? Like, so that's theirs. Like, that's what makes theirs unique, aside from a few minor story tweaks that they did, which was typical of Disney at that time. And that way he could copyright it and make it his own. So it was Disney's Snow White. It was Disney's Cinderella. It was Disney's insert classic fairy tale here.
I just want to have been in the room when these actors received these costumes for the very first time. And they looked at it and said, what the hell is this?
I'm sure their first thought pro was they're spending $200 million on this production and this is my costume. Like, yeah, that's what they were thinking.
It's so bad.
You,
Look at the
you
poor
raise
girl
an
in the back.
interesting point.
Gosh.
Oh, God, I know. You raise an interesting point there, Tom. What are they actually going to call this? Because have they released an official title for this? I don't think they have.
I bet you $5 it's just going to be called Snow White.
Oh,
probably.
God.
Please let it be. And the Seven Dirty Hippies. Please let it
be. but there's going to be 7-0.
What will Snow White correlate to in this, though? Because Snow White was originally a skin. So what was Snow White as a name, a title? What would that correlate to?
It will say it's her
political purity.
Well, she's a liberal socialist, apparently.
Well,
yes, and pro's right. Yes,
you're right. So it's going to be like the hood color that she wears. It's a white hood.
No. In all actuality, joking aside, pro is 100% right. That's why they've gone out there and they said she is the most just, so she is the most fair. So it'll be the same thing with her name. She is pure as the driven snow, meaning she's a socialist, a communist, whatever. She's as pure as the driven snow. It has nothing to do with her skin color. They'll probably even make some kind of ribbing into that. You'll watch in the movie. But
Tom, I bet that there's a flash forward. She's aged, and I bet she's played the older version of Snow White is played by Michelle Obama. I just feel it's coming.
Goodness me.
Yeah.
I don't know if she can. I heard she's got a.
I know what that beat
culture.
Was.
Are you
I know
okay?
What was behind that beat.
Yeah.
Another thing, if you guys don't believe that there's any messaging or agenda being forced out there by Disney, here's more proof for you in this movie as well.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. But I think this will be unequivocally rejected at the box office. I have faith. So that takes us nicely on to some more super chats here, guys. So again, please do hit that thumbs up button on your way in. We've got nearly 800 viewers watching your favorite podcast, so thank you so much.
If you want, sitting back thinking about like the car this movie's gonna buy him when it comes out.
Oh God, no!
After all the videos you get to make about it,
I will make a lot of videos about this. Absolutely, unequivocally. Why not? Absolutely, yeah. I've ripped this one a new one. Anyway, you throw me off. God,
I am so sorry, dude. I didn't mean to do that. Seriously,
completely throw me off. Right.